The rivalry between the New York Giants and New York Jets will gain a new chapter in 2025 with the confirmation of joint training sessions between the franchises. These meetings are eagerly awaited as they pit two teams in reconstruction against each other, seeking to regain prominence in the NFL. The competitive atmosphere promises to be fierce, with the possibility of even trouble on the field, as seen in previous years. Jets host Patrick Seatman joined his Giants counterpart to discuss the practice sessions. They noted that both franchises have underrated rosters, but are packed with talent, especially in the trenches and on defense. The main question looms over the quarterbacks. Who will lead the way more effectively? The head-to-head matchups between each team's strong teams will be the highlights. The Jets' defensive line will face the Giants' offensive line, which still raises questions. On the other hand, the Giants' defensive front, which shown in 2024, will face a revamped Jets OL, a real test for both teams. In addition to the physical duels, there is also the symbolic clash. Who is the real New York team? This dispute goes far beyond the field and involves fans, identity, and the weight of expectations in a city where every inch of prominence matters. The battle in the trenches will be the main focus of the joint practices. The Giants have been betting heavily on strengthening the defensive line, which started 2024 in historic fashion with 35 sacks in the first 8 games. New additions like Abdul Carter and Chanty Gostin show that the plan is to do even more damage in 2025. On the other side, the Jets are banking on young talents like Olu Fashanu and Amarius Mims, drafted to be the pillars of Justin Fields' protection. These practices will be a real test of fire for them, facing pass rushers like Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter. On the Jets' interior, names like Joe Tipman, John Simpson, and Elijah Vera Tucker form a group with potential, but marred by recent injuries. With health, the group could surprise and is being treated as a possible top 10 unit in the league. The Giants still face questions within the OL. Players like John Michael Schmitz and John Runyon will have the task of containing the raw talent of Quinnen Williams, the heart of the Jets' front seven. Each repetition in these joint practices could define much of what we see in the regular season. The most anticipated duel by fans and analysts is, without a doubt, Malik Nabers versus Sauce Gardner. Nabers, the Giants' first-round pick, will have his chance to prove he can be dominant against one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Sauce, on the other hand, is coming off a down year and is looking to re-establish himself as an elite player. There is an expected tension in this duel, which could even culminate in fights, as happened with Malik Nabers in a practice against the Lions last year. The intensity of these practices promises moments of pure rivalry, and Nabers versus Gardner could become an instant classic. On the Jets side, Garrett Wilson is also a name to watch. With the return of his former college teammate Justin Fields, Wilson is expected to have a breakout year. He'll face the Giants' cornerbacks, including newly signed Paulson Adebo and Deonte Banks, who needs to prove himself. This will be the perfect testing ground to see if Adebo is 100% after his injury, and if Banks is truly worthy of a starting role. The workouts will also help calibrate the chemistry between Fields and Wilson, a connection that could decide the Jets' offensive success. The quarterback position remains a key issue for both teams. The Jets are banking on Justin Fields, who is enjoying a sort of honeymoon with the fans. Minicamp reports show the same ups and downs as always. Spectacular plays followed by questionable decisions. On the Giants' side, Russell Wilson is the veteran looking to redeem himself. But he'll have to compete with Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston, making the race for QB1 and QB2 one of the most open in the NFL right now. Training camp will be the stage where that hierarchy will begin to take shape. Pass rush drills, red zone drills, and 2-minute situations will put QBs under real pressure against aggressive defenses. These types of drills are very valuable for coaches to evaluate not only their players' arms, but also their decision-making and leadership on the field. In addition, the organizational climate weighs heavily. Brian Daboll needs to reassert his leadership after being on the hot seat in 2024, while Aaron Glenn tries to impose a new culture on the Jets' locker room. Whoever can best lead their team on and off the field can emerge stronger from these clashes. Both Daboll and Glenn are using the joint workouts as a showcase for culture and discipline. For Glenn, who took over the Jets in 2025, the motto is simplicity and firmness. One of the highlights was the commitment of stars like Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner, who even though they were seeking renewal, attended all the volunteer activities. The Giants' environment in 2025 also feels different. There's a renewed energy in the locker room and confidence that the team can surpass the 5-win mark. The roster feels undervalued, and that kind of narrative often fuels good campaigns. The fans will also play a key role. With training sessions taking place at both teams' facilities, the presence of fans, continues to show improvement. The Giants can not only dream of the playoffs, but they can start to upset the big favorites in the NFC. So, die-hard fan, do you believe this rookie could be the next big name in Giants history? Do you think we finally found that leader who will guide us back to the top of the NFL? Comment below with your opinion, share this video with other fans like you, and let's build a strong, passionate, and noisy community like the Giants fans. Because when the fans cheer, the team feels it and responds on the field. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and get ready. Because the season is just beginning, and the New York Giants are ready to write a new epic chapter. And we will follow every play, every step, every victory. Go Giants! Precise that even the veterans stopped to applaud. It was one of those plays that makes you wonder, are we witnessing the emergence of a star? Another notable point was his attitude outside of the schedule. While the others were already in the locker room, he stayed on the field for another 30 minutes, repeating plays, fine-tuning mechanics, talking to coaches. This is more than effort. It is a winning mentality. And to top it all off, there was the moment when Saquon Barkley approached the youngster after a play and made a point of greeting him. His expression said it all. Respect. If Barkley, the face of the franchise, already recognizes this talent, the fans have every reason to be excited. Ever since Eli Manning, the Giants have been trying to find that quarterback who can lead with confidence, composure, and vision of the game. Daniel Jones has had his moments, but doubts have always hung over his consistency. And now, with this rookie gaining prominence, the debate is heating up again. The good news is that this move isn't happening in isolation. The roster is stronger and more cohesive. Barkley is healthy and hungry. Waller brings experience and explosiveness to the passing game. And the offensive line is finally showing signs of stability. On defense, Dexter Lawrence and Kayvon Thibodeau have been commanding respect like never before. The coaching staff has been meticulous, focused on a winning culture and continuous development. And if this quarterback should heat up the atmosphere even more. A game day atmosphere is expected, especially during the matches between the starting players. The Jets-Giants joint practices promise to be more intense and revealing than the preseason game itself. Many starters are unlikely to even take the field in the friendly, while in the closed and open sessions, we will see the best of each team. Whoever wins this psychological and technical battle could carry a huge boost into the regular season.